Welcome back everyone to Catherine's Plates, where it's always simple, easy, and delicious in my kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how to make Marilyn's blueberry banana pie. A cool, refreshing, very delicious dessert. And we're all ready for this one. So I'm going to go ahead and show you all of the ingredients. Then I'm going to tell you who Marilyn is. What you're going to need is one refrigerated pie crust. You're going to need some white granulated sugar, some cold milk, some lemon, vanilla extract, some cream cheese, Dream Whip, bananas, and some blueberry pie filling. There's three things that you're going to need to do first before you build your pie up. And the first thing is you want to put your blueberry pie filling in the refrigerator overnight or a couple of hours. You want to get it chilled, that way the gel that's in here will kind of set up. Then you want to make sure that you pull your cream cheese out of your refrigerator early enough to where it gets to room temperature. And then you want to go ahead and make your pie crust. You'll only need one out of the refrigerated package, and usually they have two in here. So you want to go ahead and bake this up and then cool the pie shell down completely. So we're going to start with that. All right, I've brought one crust to room temperature. Now I'm just using the Pillsbury pie crust. I'm going to be cooking this per the instructions on the back of the package. I'm going to be using a 9-inch baking dish. I'm not going to be greasing the baking dish here. There's a lot of shortening in pie crust. So now that I brought it to room temperature, it's really easy to roll out. Now it's been sitting out for 20 minutes. Push it down all the way to the edge, and then just push it up against the sides. You want to take a fork and you're going to prick all over the bottom and the sides of your pie crust. Poke a lot of holes. This will keep your pie crust from shrinking in. Now if you want to make it look pretty, you can just go around and just kind of crimp. You can use your fingers, or you can go with a fork. We're going to bake this in our preheated oven at 450 degrees for 10 to 12 minutes or until lightly browned. Okay, I've just pulled this out of the oven. We're going to allow it to cool completely. First thing we're going to do is make our whipped topping. Now I'm using Dream Whip per the instructions. Now, you just want one package out of here. Generally, the Dream Whip comes in 2 packages in a box. Now, you can find Dream Whip in the baking aisle where your cake mixes and frostings are. Now, this specifically is found right next to the puddings, like your dry instant pudding mixes. So that's where you can find your Dream Whip. Now, I found it in Walmart. HEB has them. We're going to add half a cup of cold milk, half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Okay, I'm just going to take my electric hand mixer. I'm going to beat this until we get nice soft peaks. Now, it should take about 5 to 6 minutes. Alright, that's soft peaks. They're not stiff, they're just soft. So it should give you that consistency right here. What we're going to do now is add our cream cheese that we brought to room temperature. Now mine's very, very soft. This is 8 ounces. I think I'm just going to take a knife and just kind of break it off into here. go. And then we're going to add half a cup of white granulated sugar. We're just going to combine this again with the hand mixer until it's just well combined. That's it. All right. I have some beaters that I can hand off. All right, we have a really creamy consistency here. What I'm gonna do is leave plenty on there for me to chow down on. I'm gonna put some plastic wrap over it. I'm just gonna pop it into the refrigerator. It won't be very long. If you already have your pie shell cooked and cooled, then you're on your way. If not, you can leave this in there until you get your pie crust in the oven, baking, and then cooled down. Okay, I've got my cooled it down pie crust, and I've got some bananas over here. I'm just gonna peel them. We're gonna slice these bananas. There's 3 of them, and we're gonna put them all on the bottom of our pie crust. Marilyn's blueberry banana pie. I was at my brother's house one day. They were talking about this pie. My sister-in-law was raving about this pie. She gave me this recipe, and she had to ask her sister-in-law, whose mother is Marilyn and makes this pie. Now, she made it for all occasions, and people love this. And so when she said that, I knew I had to make this pie for you guys. That's where this came from. So I want to thank Marilyn for allowing me to make this recipe. Now, my husband is a big fan, big fan of banana pudding, banana pie, so he's ready for this one. All right, so I'm just filling the bottom of the pie here with banana slices, like that. We are ready for a refrigerator, icebox pie or cake dessert. We're still in the summer, it's hot, humid, so the more we can make, the better. And I will link them down below, all of my icebox desserts. The only thing we cooked on this dessert here was the pie crust, so everything else was simple. There we go, 1 layer of bananas. To keep the bananas nice and fresh in our pie, I've got some lemon juice. Now you can squeeze some fresh lemon juice, or I just have a little bottle of it here, and I'm going to squeeze it over the lemons, and that will keep them from turning brown and keep them fresher. Just enough to cover the bananas. And I'm just going to take a pastry brush and just kind of brush it on them fully. There we go. I'll give it a nice little lemon flavor. I've pulled my whipped topping out of the refrigerator. Was just keeping nice and chilled in there while I was doing the bananas. So now what we're going to do is pour this all over the bananas. Okay, I'm just going to spread evenly. Now I want to make sure that we see that pie crust, so don't go over the pie crust. Okay, so I hope I'm doing Marilyn's recipe justice here. I've got my blueberry pie filling that was chilled in the refrigerator, and I'm just going to start kind of in the center. And we want to stay about 1 inch away from the edge all the way around so we can get that pretty dream whip look around that. I will also want to thank my sister-in-law Donna, because without her I would have never known about this recipe, and I am super excited about this one. It's so easy. We're going to chill this in the refrigerator until the Dream Whip mixture and the pie filling set up. Okay, we just took it out of the refrigerator. We've let it set up for 4 hours. I had to get that banana on that bite. All right, this one is going out to Marilyn, Kristen, and Donna. Thank you so much for allowing this recipe to happen today. Oh my gosh, that is so delicious. That crust gives it kind of a little buttery texture to it. It's so good. I love that banana on the bottom. Yep, that's a winner. That whipped topping and those blueberries on top. Y'all need to make this. It's kind of like an icebox dessert. Alright, so comment down below and tell me what you think. And if you're new to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and that bell notification so you'll always know when shows are posted. I'm on Facebook, and you can find all of my recipes and even more ideas for icebox desserts in my recipe blog, www.catherinesplates.com. Alright, I will see y'all on my next episode.